Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Addicted to Fishing and I'm John. Today we're going to be talking about what I'm going to call like a schoolie bait. I've got a couple of them sitting out here. I only really have two different kinds that I use. And to me they're kind of like an A-rig, but they're different. Definitely 100% different. As you can see, this one is the bait ball. Live target bait ball. Sorry guys, I had a minute there. But anyway, what you really got here is a spinnerbait type bait. This is your main bait that has a hook. Then it's got 3 dummy trailers and just one single blade, or bend style. I'll tie that on. Depending on where I'm fishing, if it's rocky, I just chuck it and wind it like I do a normal spinnerbait. If it's one of the farm ponds that I can actually throw it out, let it sit on bottom, I will throw that out and let that slow roll a little bit more. And the other one I use is by Molex. It's an Iaconelli. And I don't remember what they called this. But this one, instead of having the 3 dummies and a blade and 1 main, it does have 1 main, but it has 3 blades. And then I have a Lucky Craft spinnerbait. It's totally different, but it's got a single blade and 2 twin blades. I also have another Lucky Craft that's got a bunch of small blades coming up the top. All 3 of them, to me, kind of give that bait ball type profile to it. This guy has done a ton of damage for me, but I was lucky I picked up quite a few and the bodies at Dick's, and I clearanced them out. But this is definitely like a micro A-rig. It's been out for several years, and I've done a lot of damage on it. They do sell replacement bodies, and I do have a few packs of replacement bodies, so if they get wore out, I can retie them on. I've got them in several different colors. I've got kind of more of this gold shiner. Let's see, I think I got one right here. Yep, guys, sorry that it's taken me a little bit. I'm a little unprepared. But nonetheless, we'll get through it. And this is a little bit smaller, but it's in that shad profile. Again, in that shad profile. I don't know if they make those anymore. Here's another one of the Molex. This guy does some good damage for me. I've got quite a few nice largemouth on that. And again, that's, we're looking at a schooling bait profile. When the shad are up on the spawn and they're schooling, these baits definitely do their damage. These guys, you're just going to chuck and wind them. I think these are in a 3/4 of an ounce, so they're a lot heavier. That one's a little different option. The 3-bladed style, it's all Colorado, so it gives you a lot of thump. I like throwing this one in that muddy water. Definitely attracts the bass. I don't see the other one that's got the multi-blades, and probably in my main spinnerbait box in the house. But these 2 are probably my go-to when I don't want to throw an A-rig. An A-rig's probably a little bit too much for me. I do throw them, but I prefer these little guys. This one, I think this is in a 1/2 ounce. And then I believe this little one, actually this is a 3/8 ounce. But again, it's just in that shad color. Great schooling bait profile. If you notice that you've got a big wad of shad, and the bass are going to be up there eating on those shad, that's definitely a great bait fish imitator. I love to throw this guy around. I catch him in ponds, catch him below the spillway, catch largemouth, smallmouth. I've actually caught some crappie on this guy. It's a pretty nice sized crappie. Caught a big channel cat on this guy. But yeah, guys, if you're looking for something a little bit different than the typical A-rig, this is definitely the guy. You can throw this on a regular medium heavy rod. You don't need a special rod to chuck these guys. I fish that I like 20-pound, 30-pound braid, or 17-pound mono, 15-pound mono. I don't throw it a lot on fluorocarbon. I don't have a lot of areas where fluorocarbon really benefits me. I know it keeps the fish down. It's got a little bit better or a little less visibility, but I haven't had any difference. I've got a rod that I have spooled up with straight fluoro, and I haven't noticed any difference in it than a mono. I'm just kind of one of those old school guys. I fished long before there was anything other than some nylon, and mono was pretty much it. It's not that I'm afraid to adapt and move forward with it. It's just my preference. Again, guys, you're looking for something to imitate a big wad of shad in your lake, river, stream, whatever it is. I definitely pick up one of these guys. I don't know if you can find them anymore. I bought, I don't know, 5 or 6 of them somewhere in that vicinity multiple years ago when Dick's clearanced them out. Again, that's the Live Target bait ball. And the difference really between throwing the bigger one and throwing a smaller one is just depending on what I'm trying to match the hatch. This matches that springtime hatch really well. I think those two are the same color. But yeah, guys, this is going to match that spring hatch or that late fall shad spawn hatch. I find it to work really good. Post spawn, May. I don't throw it too much June, July. Around August, September, I'll pick it back up through November. I have fished this in some of the warmer days when the water's starting to cool off in late November, December. This time of the year, there's not really much of the big bait balls going on. During the spawn, this would work really good too because you're going to mimic like a school of crappie. And don't let that profile deter you from thinking the bass wouldn't tee up on that as like a small school of bluegill or small school of crappie. Yeah, it does have more of that profile for a shad, but you can literally use it for that. Another great thing that you can do with some of these will pop off. There's just a little simple hook right here. Sometimes what I'll do, and I don't have one out, but especially on this bigger one, I'll snap one of these off, snap a hitchhiker on, and find a little small swim bait to kind of change out for color. I'll keep this color back here, but I'll throw more of a shad colored trailer up front. Don't know if I have anything sitting out. I really don't. But anyway, like yeah, this is definitely not the size that I would use, but you could put a spark shad on there. Here's one that's better suited for it. That little 3-inch spark shad. Kind of gives it a little more weight. Kind of changes the appearance of it a little bit, but I found that the small, and I wish I had some of the small style swim baits out that I like to put on there. But you know, if you can find yourself a little 2-inch, 2.5-inch swim bait, you can definitely put it on a hitchhiker and change those out. Sometimes I'll leave this one. Let me pick up the bigger one. The bigger one's what I do. A lot of times I'll leave this one, and then change out these two. You could change out that blade if you wanted to. I've never found the reason to change out that blade. But anyway, guys, I just wanted to give you another option. to the A-rig. Some people are kind of skeptical about throwing an A-rig. They definitely work, but you got to make sure in your state, in the body of water you're fishing, allow what, how many hooks you're allowed. That's one of the great things about this guy. It is one hook and 3 dummies. You could switch it out if you wanted to and run off that hitchhiker. You could put a small single jig hook on one of them. I don't find that to be any type of necessity. Every time I've thrown this with the 3 dummies and just the one with the hook, every time they bite this one, when it swims through the water column, excuse me here because they all will fall, but these guys are up here, it's retrieving like this. So they're not going to come up here and bust these top ones. They're more interested in this smaller one, or the bottom one. And definitely you want to keep this bait to be a bigger profile. I do have those, like I said, those extra bodies. But I figured once I wear out of all these bigger bodies, I'll probably put a spark shad back here, or another type of bigger swim bait on the back. These do have kind of a more subtle kick to them. Not kind of like your Keitech, where it's that big wide wag. I probably would make sure that when I do switch those out, and I definitely have when I switch over these little trailers, or these dummy baits up here, I definitely find something with that tight action. So anyway, guys, that's a real quick video. Not going to get real winded in it, but it's just definitely a great option for you instead of the A-rig. Anyway, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, please do. I know there's a lot of you that are watching that aren't subscribers. Again, I'm just fishing on a budget. Again, these guys, pick them up on clearance. And actually, when I went to Dick's and got these, not only were they already marked about 80% off, I think they were marked 60% off. And then the manager, I bought like 5 packs of them. I bought all of them at one time. And the dummy trailers, I pretty much got them for 90% off when it was all said and done. Watch for sales on stuff like that. But anyway, guys, if you haven't hit that subscribe button, please do. Hit that notification bell to be notified when I put out a new video. I'm going to keep trying to put them out. Again, I'm sorry, I'm out in my garage again. This is my old tackle room. I don't have much tackle out here. It's just some on-the-fly go stuff. Again, I've got some things going on in the house. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. Like and comment. Let me know what else you want to see, and I'll see if I can get to it. I appreciate it. Thank you. We'll see you on the next one.